is because we have not planned to receive a Christian mind. You know, as great as a computer is, it does not exceed the capacity of the human brain. No matter what you put into the computer, it will only give you out what you put in.
All right.
In other words, you have a hard drive that you have to build. You build it with the software. The more software you put in, the more your computer is going to be able to do. The less you put in, the less it will be able to do. And I don't care how many gigabytes of a hard drive you have or how much things that the computer says it can do. If you don't put it in, it ain't coming out. A computer couldn't tell you what 2 plus 2 is if you don't put the program in it to tell them to think that way.
Yes, sir.
So it's pretty much dependent upon what we put in on the hard drive. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, the human mind that's greater than a hard drive, that's greater than the computer, that's greater than the processor, it will only put out
all right,
what you put in. So how in the world can we have a Christian mind if we don't put in Christian stuff? It's one of the things that we struggle with from the moment we accept Christ.
Yes, sir.
Because see, before Christ, your mind is already gone. And so you do what it is you know how to naturally do. Has anybody ever told us how to be bad? Has anybody ever told us how to get in trouble?
Come on.
Those things came naturally. When I got in trouble because my own mind created something that I wanted to do that I knew was wrong, but because my mind thought about it. But here is the question. Why would my mind think about doing something wrong unless the wrong had already been placed in me?
All right.
See, we're not understanding that the reason why we as Christians struggle is because we don't put what's supposed to be put in our hard drive. See, when I was in the world, when I was 18 or free, you know, let me back up. When I was in church and I was getting Bible study and Sunday school and hearing the word and things of that nature, and my parents were my coaches. You understand what I'm saying? Your parents are your coaches. They don't want to lead you along this journey. And you have to be able to accept what the coach tells. And that, in other words, we are your life coach.
All right.
They got this new term, life coaches. People need life coaches. My mama and daddy were my life coach. Now, whatever they put in me, that's what was going to come out of me.
Yes, sir.
Amen. So when I finished school and I headed off into the military on my own, you know, big and bad 18-year-old self, I noticed that there was a change occurring in me.
Uh-oh.
And it didn't dawn on me till years later why the change took place. As a Christian, when I was at home and in the house and in church on Sunday and in Bible study and in Sunday school and vacation Bible study, all those things were being instilled inside of me. And so a even balance between the world and the church. And as long as I had that even balance, it kept me from going over the cliff. When I left home in my normal structure, I did not find the same environment that was as welcoming to church as it was when I was home. In other words, when I got over to Germany and there was no church service for me, and the world that surrounded me was the world. And even though I was born again, I began to let stuff inside of me that not knowingly was turning me away from the God that I serve. So you got three things that will change your perception: visual, audible, and presence. Visual are those things